The 01Tigers, built correctly and treated gently, can actually last a long time. We have two here that we worked on that had never been fried. I've got mine that fried with my bad speaker, but it had stayed there for like 30 years since I last worked on it. I guess I know it's a mess, but it didn't fry until I got that bad speaker on it. The same speaker that fried my Yamaha. Well, some people say, oh, we got to fix these things, we got to do this and that to them. This one takes the cake. He put regulators on their own little heatsink in front here. They're not even the same on each side. They're different types. They're both 203s, they're different. To replace the Zerners on the PC board, which was never a problem. No one ever had trouble with that. So he's fixing problems like this. Put this big horsey ass wire in here. What the hell was he thinking? And look what we did to the power supply. Yeah, and it looks impressive. Maybe he had some high points in there. There's no bus between the two capacitors. He actually fractured his ground. He's got ground in this strip for some of his connections. Then he's got his external ground here. He's got no big bus bar between the caps. If anything, he's made it worse because he's got his ground spread worse than it ever was before. This is much worse than the factory design. This is somebody's improvements that just did a lot of work. He probably read some audiophile's blog or something and thought, oh, I can do all kinds of cool things with this amp. He made it worse. He made it so bad that we can't even set the bias on the thing. And the bias doesn't go anywhere. Just really crapped up this amp. This amp would work so better with all this shit stripped out of here and just set back to stock. There's a stock one that we've done a little work on. My friend Kurt replaced the caps. Nice big computer grades. New PC board.
That's the start of the de-modified one.
Here's the mate to this one that he started to work on to take all the crap out of it. But he's got a lot to do. This guy even got stuff on the back side of the board that he put on.
What's he jumping there?
And God only knows. And I mean, it's just such a piece of shit. Just stupid modification. So another mistake on the audiophile amp is he ran his AC wiring in the inner channel, which is a big no-no. These amps are designed for the AC wiring to all be on the outside channel. So it all stays on the outside and all your DC wiring stays on the inside. Well, Mr. Audiophile put his AC wiring on the inside channel. A real no-no. There's so many no-nos in this amp. It's just a comedy of calamities. So we're going to de-audiophile this amp to make it sound better. Alright, so here we're in the audiophile amp. We're de-audiophiling because he really effed this up bad. Another mistake he made was he put his AC wiring, he had this thermal switch on the inside of this channel. The whole purpose of this channel idea was put all your DC wires inside the channel, all your AC wires and the thermal switch on the outside of the channel. Well, he put the thermal switch on the inside channel along with some of the AC wires. Oh, what a bonehead move to make. Oh, he's such an audiophile. And then he ground, which I guess isn't bad, he ground off the anodization around all the clamps and even the transformer footings. He ground it off so they get a good ground and shielding and all that. So he was so obsessive about some things and yet so stupid about other things.